My name's Sarah Friedhoff, and I'm the Director of Patient Advocacy at Astria Therapeutics. We're a company focused on niche and rare allergic and immunological diseases. Yeah, so Astria is currently a clinical stage company, and so we're excited. We have a phase 1b/2 clinical trial with sites in the US, Canada, and Europe. But one of the things I'm most excited about is to learn from this community how we can continue to bridge gaps and have trials that span the globe and serve all the people who need them. At the moment, we don't have anything specific in India, and I think one of the biggest things small biotech can do is make sure that they're aware and they're learning about the impacts of these diseases worldwide. This is not, these diseases, these rare genetic diseases are not just something that happen in a vacuum in the US or other European countries. They happen globally, and we need to serve that entire population of people equitably. One of the things I would highlight is in the disease area that we're most advanced in, hereditary angioedema. We're very fortunate to have advocacy groups that are really leading the charge in DEIA. What I mean by that is there's an umbrella organization that helps to capacity build for country-level organizations all over the world, including in India. So I think from my perspective as a small company, we're just learning how we can support and amplify efforts that have already been created by these advocacy groups and umbrella organizations. And certainly as we advance as an organization, it's in our mission, patients first, people always, that we will be able to serve everyone equitably. In the disease areas in which we work, we've been very fortunate to see the power of one voice or a collective of small voices make a huge difference. In one of our disease areas, the International Umbrella Organization often talks about how one small country in North Macedonia was able to lobby for access for a drug, even though hereditary angioedema is a very, very rare, ultra-rare disease. And so I think I would just be heartened and encourage people not to feel nervous or intimidated by talking to local government, talking to federal government, because your voice and the voices of even just a few people can make seismic changes. So we are. So Astria is committed to serving the allergy immunology space globally and worldwide. As I mentioned, one of our lead candidates is in phase 1b/2 clinical trials. And so we've set the foundation even from the preclinical stages of engaging internationally. And that's super important. I would say there are sort of two roles in patient advocacy that we need to be acutely focused on. One is making sure we're bringing in the voices of patients all over the globe into drug development. And the other is to be good stewards in the community to the organizations that exist so that we can support financially and otherwise initiatives and activities that are important to the patient community. So I would say, from our perspective as a hereditary angioedema company and now a company that has branched into eczema in a preclinical sense, that we have tried and will continue to try and network with groups all over the world because those voices are equally important. Needs and preferences, limitations, they all need to be considered, and you're going to do patient-focused drug development. I think one of the things that most excites me about this summit, and I'll be honest, is in patient advocacy, you have to admit what you don't know, and that's a whole lot. And so I think one of the things that's special about this meeting is the opportunity to fill in some of those knowledge gaps. So I am familiar with the US rare scene far more than I am with India or other parts of the world. But it's important that you acknowledge that gap and that you address it and that you don't treat everything as homogeneous. So my goal from this opportunity is just to learn, to recognize what I don't know, and to build from there. It's incredible to hear about all of the research that's being done across the world, and especially the physician experts. And so I think being able to be united at this summit is an opportunity to make connections that I hope will last the company and myself a lifetime, to have resources, connections, advice, and the ability to transfer information and information sharing together. So in addition to just learning what other groups are doing and how they're innovating in this space, the opportunity to network and to be able to build a community that can help facilitate, I think, will be really important. My main goal for attending the summit is just the opportunity to learn. I don't think we have enough of a discussion here in the United States about what the rest of the world experiences. And so this will play an enormous part in even facilitating my understanding as an advocacy employee inside of a company. And hopefully we'll do the same for colleagues that are joining in that space too.